Good afternoon, folks. This is Mormon Fork Farms, and today is October, 15th, 2025. And I thought I would share a little weekly update with you guys. Um, so, I'm seeing on Facebook where some of the Facebook groups I'm in for ratites, emu are laying in different parts of the country. We're here in the Midwest in Missouri, in the western part of the state, kind of in the Kansas City region. And we don't have any birds right here laying, but I actually seen a report from somebody I know that have birds laying in the St. Louis area, which is on the other side of Missouri. I've seen birds in southern Texas listed on Facebook laying, pictures of their eggs there. I've seen pictures of birds in North Carolina that are laying, and then I've heard of birds in Minnesota and Michigan that are laying as well. So they are starting to lay from the south to the north, north to the south, whatever. Throughout the whole country, north to south, there are birds starting to lay a little bit. So it's prudent from this time of the year on to start checking every day and making sure they don't have eggs. Um, Look today, and unfortunately, our birds have not. So I'm not gonna force you to sit here and watch me 4 or 5 minute video of me walking around the pen and looking for eggs. However, I did video that, and for anyone interested, I guess I could share that if you really want. Um, but I plan on starting to do that every day until I find eggs. And then when I find eggs, that'll be the day I go ahead and share that walk around video, uh, just so some of you can enjoy that. Um, so each pair of birds is a little different. Our birds, I think last year, supposedly laid in December. These birds that we have, we purchased after last year breeding, so not sure when they actually laid. We'll find out this year. They're 4-year-old birds, Harry and Sally. And then we have a bunch of young birds, which those two are actually Rhea. But they are in with our younger emu. Our younger emu are about 8 months old, somewhere around there. And we worked with a couple of different breeders to purchase eggs and hatch out of different people, and then bought a couple of babies so that we had birds that were going to be unrelated. That way, every bird we have on our farm is not related to each other. We can offer breeding pairs, sexed babies that way, and hopefully that'll help our market. Um, so, with that being said, I thought I would talk for a minute and tell you why we decided to go ahead and get emu personally. Um, when I was a kid, I had a family member that had emu, and I always thought they were really neat looking birds. They were big dinosaurs, you know. When you're a little boy, you love dinosaurs. Why wouldn't you love this giant raptor that runs around, acts crazy, thrums real big at you, and just overall looks amazing. Um, but in the late 90s, the bottom dropped out of the market on emu, and my family got rid of them. And I never could convince myself to get them until recently. Uh, what finally helped, I had mentioned them to my wife for the last couple of years that I wanted to get some. And my wife encouraged me, like, well, if you want to get them, get them. I just couldn't justify it. It's quite expensive to build pens for them. And then the pair themselves are a little bit of an investment. And then your time feeding them every day, hatching the eggs, turning the eggs, selling babies, but there's a little bit into it, let's say. Um, but we had a family member that ended up getting alpha gal, the tick virus that causes you to not be able to eat red meat, makes you allergic to red meat. And through reading and research on that a little bit, trying to figure and learn a little bit about it, we actually learned that emu are considered red meat, and people with that allergy do not seem to have a problem eating emu. Um, it's considered red meat by the FDA, but agriculture department considers it poultry, which is a little odd because it's really neither one, but you know, okay. So if you've never ate it, it tastes a little bit like, well, to me, it's kind of like a sirloin. I hate the cliche, but kind of a cross between chicken and a sirloin of beef. It's not really fatty, but it has a really good flavor. Um, I personally like to smoke it or grill it. Even though we haven't owned it in several years, I have purchased it a few times throughout the years and really enjoy eating it. So that was our deciding factor to go ahead and purchase some and start our own investment in them. The plan is to raise our younger pairs to adult birds, keep our older adult birds, and hatch babies out of all of them. Any babies that we can hatch and sell to individuals as pets or as their own breeding stock to start, wonderful. Any that we don't sell as babies, we'll raise out to market, and we'll try to market that to people that have not been able to eat red meat in a while. We'll see how that market goes when it comes time. That's kind of how farming goes. If you're into something a little bit new ideas, sometimes it works great, sometimes not so much. In the meantime, you guys will get to enjoy the adventure, and I'll get to enjoy the emu. Thank you guys. Have a good afternoon, and hopefully you're enjoying these videos. Sorry this one was all me talking, but thought we'd give a little backstory. God bless you. Have a good day.